What's going on, Internet? Brandon and Jazz from Nerdlocker.com, and we have some comic book reviews for you.
With books from Marvel, DC, Image, and so much more.
So let's get to reviewing.
Hey there, nerds. Jasmine here with my comic reviews for the week. I just got finished reading The Lord of the Jungle #2, and I gotta say, at face value, this really is a Tarzan book. But once you get in between the cover, you really like what you see. The art's pretty good, and it's a sort of more savage version of Tarzan, even though it's already a really savage sort of story. I really like where this is going. I'm really enjoying it, and I definitely like me some Tarzan. So I'm gonna give this 4 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. I just finished reading Batman Beyond Unlimited #1. And I gotta say, I did really enjoy it. I thought it was sort of a tongue-in-cheek sort of Batman Beyond, because I remember the show and even sort of the first arc of this book, like the first Batman Beyond, being more dark. However, I really enjoyed this because you see like 10 different like Joker gangs come from all over the country to sort of start this huge uprising, and Batman is sort of stuck in the middle of it. And I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. Definitely check it out if you're a Batman fan or a Batman Beyond fan, because you get 2 separate stories. One includes the like Evolved Justice League, and it's really cool, so check it out.
What's up, nerds? I got to read Avengers #23, and I am loving this book. I really love that you've seen Norman Osborn just take down the Avengers, and they're being bested. And now Norman Osborn has Hydra and Hammer, and basically telling the world that they're going to start the New World Order, and you're going to kind of have to be okay with it because we just took out the Avengers. This is our world now. You guys are doing it wrong, but looks like the Avengers still have a little bit of fight in them. This issue ends with almost like all the progress they gained, though. Still looks like they have a lot of hurdles to jump over, but I'm definitely on board. I'm giving this 5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. You need to be reading this title.
I was able to review micro-series #3 of the Ninja Turtle series, Donatello. Absolutely amazing. I am loving how they're doing both the Ninja Turtle series itself as well as the micro-series. The Ninja Turtle one's more serious, while the micro-series really catches into the character's personality, keeping it fun, keeping it exciting, and this one really gets into Donatello's nerdy spirit, the conflict he has with the brothers, while getting his outside atmosphere. Absolutely love it, highly recommend it, 5 out of 5. I was able to read Vescell #6. I enjoyed the beginning half of it because the beginning half had to do with the cocoon, the fairy coming out, just kind of got into the story of what happens when they're in it, and that was really nice. It was really kind of interesting. The second half, though, got into the whole murder and to the Tin Man. It was just kind of like, just kind of dragging. It was too long, not getting into the action, and then when it was in the action, it felt like it was a little short. So if they had kept the good storyline at the beginning and then mixed it with the action better, it would have been better. But they didn't, so I'm only going to give it 3 out of 5 Nerd Skulls.
I got to read the first 2 issues of The Red 10, an interesting book by Comics Tribe, a smaller production company. The book kind of reminds me of Batman the Killing Joke mixed with The Boys. Very gory and bright color, where the art kind of was shoddy in some points. I did want to read more of it when I was finished with the first 2 issues. So I'm going to give this book 3 out of 5 Nerd Skulls. You guys should check this out. So Walking Dead is still on time with its release dates. 94 came out this week, and it has quite a few comparisons to what's going on with the television show recently. I love where the comic book is going, and it always ends on a good cliffhanger. You should be reading this book. I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 Nerd Skulls.
Hey there guys, Cubby here, and I got to read Justice League #6. Finally, this story arc has come to an end. Darkseid has been defeated, or has he? I won't spoil it for you, but awesome series, awesome book. Finally, nice to see Jim Lee actually finish up a series on time. So that was really cool. It's a kind of a big accomplishment for him since Hush. Overall, the story wraps it up really well, leaves it open for interpretation. Whatever you think might happen, it most possibly can, because this is a completely new universe. So we really don't know what's going to happen. It kind of sucks because this is going to jump from the 5 years before. It's going to be present time. Everything's going to be crazy with the next issue, but there was a cool little preview with Pandora, a little backup story. Pandora is the lady, the mysterious hooded figure that we saw at the beginning of the New 52 relaunch. And she has a little shakeup with the Phantom Stranger. So if you're familiar with DC lore, you know that's some pretty big business. He never shows up unless it means something. It's hinting at some future Justice League involvement. We'll see what happens. I guess this is what everyone's kind of been amped up for. Cannot wait. Overall, Justice League #6 though, 5 out of 5 Nerd Skulls, of course. It's Jeff Johns and Jim Lee. Hey there guys, Cubby here with my comic reviews this week. I got to do Green Wake #10. Now this is the first issue that I've read of this book, but it's the last issue of the series. So I was kind of out of the loop. I didn't really know what was going on. The story seemed like it was actually very interesting, and there's a lot of big revelations, a lot of things that happened that if I had read the other stories, I'm pretty sure I would have it would have made all sense and it would have been crazy cool. But being that I didn't, it was okay. Art was really, really cool. These scary raven kids were in it, and they were really cool looking. Everything was really dark and dirty, and it fit with the story. So awesome on the creator's part, but overall I got to give it a 2.5 Nerd Skulls on this one.
Hey, this is Haley with my review of Moon Knight number 10, and this one was not quite as action-packed as the series has been, because I really felt like it was a transition between two story arcs, because the last one kind of had a definitive ending with, a bit of a cliffhanger, and I feel like this one, they brought in this really awesome new villain, so they're just trying to introduce what the story is going to become. So it's interesting. I definitely wasn't bored reading it, but it's not the best that Moon Knight has had to offer, so I'm going to give this one 3.5 Nerd Skulls.
All right, that's going to do it for comic book reviews this week, but until next week, be sure to check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, as well as nerdlocker.com for our nerdy news. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Brandon, and we'll see you next week for even more comic book reviews.